Hey guys, this is Cheet77, coach of the Brisbane Heat Trans, here with week 12 of the UALB against Cheet and the OKC Thundurus. Just before I jump into formalities, I just wanted to update you guys on the playoff race. So, at the end of last week, the New Orleans Pelicans and T-Bug were one game up on us and the Utah Jasmine and Z-Man. And both of those teams played before we did, so the Utah Jasmine were able to win their match. However, the New Orleans Pelicans lost, meaning that they were tied with the same record. So that means for us to have a fighting chance, we have to win this week to stay in touch with those guys. And that's the sort of pressure that I was under. So going through Cheet's team, a very threatening team of Mega Venusaur, Gliscor, Talonflame, Terrakion, Sylveon, Arcanine, X-Cloud, Emboar, Slowking, Klinklang, Muck, and Eevee. Probably the biggest threats that I was looking out for were the Terrakion, Talonflame, Sylveon. Also thought Mega Venusaur was coming, and one of either Emboar and Arcanine. Slowking was expecting, but I think he brought Electivire instead, as you can see, so I predicted a lot of it. And looking on my side, to counter the Talonflame, I brought a defensive Snorlax, enough to take 3 Brave Birds, and then able to rest off the damage. Also carrying Rocky Helmet, so giving the Talonflame a lot of recoil damage if it does touch me. The Tornadus was an E-Belt set, with enough speed to outspeed a Terrakion that was speed creeping a Salamence. So I didn't give it max speed because I wanted to give it more power to 2-hit KO some other things that I don't remember. The Cress was a Calm Mind set designed to check the Mega Venusaur. I felt as though he would bring a Sleep Powder Mega Venusaur this week. So I thought safety goggles would be the best way to deal with it. But then, after some thought, I decided to change that to a different item, because I figured Sleep Powder is only 75% chance to hit. What if I lower those odds? So yes, I put Bright Powder on Cress, just to be able to, I guess, dodge some moves. We'll see if that pays off later in the match, but yeah, so far Cress hasn't had a very good season with us. The only time that it's hit the field, we've lost. So yeah, Cress not doing the work that I was hoping that it would. The Salamence was a leftovers physically defensive Salamence because I needed more than one check to Talonflame. Also checks the either Emboar or Arcanine, whichever came. And the Nidoqueen was a Life Orb subset, and the Skarmory was Stealth Rock, no weak armor. Thought about bringing weak armor, but I thought he might have predicted that and played around it, but it was carrying the Ochre Berry mainly for a Specs HP Fire from Sylveon. So, thinking of leads, I thought the best one would be Tornadus, because I didn't want him to predict my Skarmory lead to set up the rocks, because I desperately want to set up the rocks. Also, I can pivot out with U-turn, because I have U-turn. I don't want him to lead with the Terrakion, because I don't outspeed the Terrakion if it's max speed. And Eevee is also a dodgy lead, because he might be scarfed, and I don't think I'd be able to take one. So I lead with Birdsena, as he leads with the Terrakion, and I'm going to get right the heck out of there. So I go into Cresselia, and I take 35% with a crit. Now, Cress obviously resists its fighting stab, and because I'm carrying the Bright Powder, I'm able to sort of pseudo-resist the Stone Edge, because Stone Edge is 80% accurate, and Bright Powder is going to decrease that chance of it hitting. So yes, here I know he's going to switch out, so I'm going for the Toxic, but irony abounds, and I miss the Toxic. So I switch out into my Sylveon check-ish, as it goes for a Carmine, and I'm able to get up the Stealth Rocks. Now the Stealth Rocks are here to stay. He goes into the Venusaur, he baton passes into the Venusaur, goes for the knockoff, but here I'm able to go for a Brave Bird and crit it and kill it. So down goes Venusaur, turn 5. Unlucky for him. Now there, as you saw, he went for the Ice Punch. There was a few options that I was tossing up. A, go into Nidoqueen, predict the electric attack, and go into Nidoqueen. B, go into Snorlax to take the hit, because I'm physically defensive. Get off some Rocky Helmet damage and wear it down that way. Or C, stay in with Skarmory and just sack it, because looking at the rest of his team, Terrakion, I can't take 2 hits from Terrakion, can't take 2 from Talonflame now that my Ochre Berry's gone, can't take 2 from Arcanine because my Ochre Berry's gone. The only thing that I could keep it for is Sylveon, because as we saw, it was a Carmine set, so it's not going to be speedy, and everything else outspeeds it. So I would be able to take care of it that way, especially with Nidoqueen in the back. So that's why I decided to stay in. He Ice Punches me, predicting me to switch out. I actually thought it would go for a Volt Switch, so I just roost on this turn, and I'm able to get an extra turn of Y-Orb damage, and he shows Wild Charge, so more recoil damage, and he's past half health. Now here, he reveals the Low Kick, able to do a lot of damage to me, and I curse. Misplay on my part. And I'm just going to switch out into my immense, because I know another Low Kick is coming, and another round of Life Orb damage to him, and I know he's going for the Ice Punch. I can live, but I don't want to be that low on health. So I go into Cress, and he misses the Ice Punch. Now I know another round of Life Orb damage is going to kill him, and I'm able to Moonlight up. He goes into the Arcanine now, as he goes for the Sunny Day. Interesting play, an interesting set. He reveals the Crunch, and that does so little to me, as I'm able to get another crit with the Sidekick. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for Morning Sun here, as I'm able to get up a Calm Mind, so I can start doing a little bit more damage. Goes for Crunch again. I'm able to Calm Mind again, as he has to moon a Morning Sun here to get his health back, and I'm going to Moonlight to get mine. The toxic damage is really racking up here, as he's actually going to get a defense drop this turn, as I'm going to be able to kill him with the toxic racking up, and now he goes into Sylveon, and this is just going to be a little bit of a stall wall because we're just going to Calm Mind up. Luckily for me, he doesn't have toxic, so I'm basically just going to be able to sit here and stall out his Wish, Protects, and Calm Minds. As you saw there, the Psychic does nothing to the Sylveon because it's so especially bulky and Cresselia is so weak. But I'm able to Calm Mind all the way up to +6 as the Hyper Voice misses, luckily for me. The Psychic still doing no damage, the Toxic really helping me out here, as I know he has to go for another Hyper Voice and he go down to Toxic, so I Moonlight up and he misses the Hyper Voice. Now, goes into the Tracheon not wanting to miss, goes for an Iron Head, does no damage, and then he goes into the Banded Talonflame and also does not that much damage considering I'm -1. So, good game, Cheet. Or, it wasn't that good, but it was a game. And yes, I'm able to come out victorious, 5-0. Man, keeping sprites up, keeping track of sprites and commentating is hard. But anyway, next week we have a really tough match against the Commissioner of the League. That one guy with the awesome hat. He is currently second in the overall sort of win-loss. He's first in his division, so no doubt he'll be a tough match. So looking forward to that, and hope to catch you guys later. See ya.